Hello friend, this is my YouTube channel IT Pro. You can watch it for a strongly foundation of information technology and promises you to give you conceptual knowledge in computer. Keep watching for latest videos. Time to time I will come with the latest video in computer. Thank you.
To communicate information with graphics instead of just using text. There are a variety of styles to choose from, which you can use to illustrate many different types of ideas. In this example, I need to create a graphic to show the organization of the people at my company. To get started, click anywhere you want your Smartart to appear, then go to the Insert tab. Select the Smartart command, and you'll see a list of categories and graphics to choose from. The type of Smartart I'm looking for is under the Hierarchy category. The graphic will appear in your document with the text pane on the left. Now if that's not visible, just click this small arrow here to toggle it on and off. Now all you have to do is start typing, and the text will appear in your Smartart graphic. It'll also be resized to fit the shape automatically. See how each bullet corresponds to its own shape? Now you can also enter your text in the shapes themselves, which is fine for a simple graphic like this. But for something more complex, you'll probably want to stick with the text pane. You can also rearrange these shapes from within the text pane using your keyboard. Pressing the Tab key will demote or move down a shape, while backspace promotes or moves up a shape. It's a lot like creating an outline with a multi-level list. You can even add new shapes to the list by pressing Enter. Since I don't need that shape though, I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Just select the bullet for the shape you want to delete, then press backspace on your keyboard. And I'll go ahead and get rid of these other shapes too. Now if you'd prefer not to use the text pane for these tasks, just look to the Design and Format tabs that appear whenever you have your Smartart selected. From here, you can easily add, rearrange, and remove shapes in your graphic. Now I'm going to customize the appearance of this graphic using Smartart Styles. Click the drop-down arrow here to see a full list, and hover over each style for a preview. Word also provides several color schemes to use with Smartart. Simply click the Change Colors command, and choose something you like. Now if you decide you don't like the way your information is organized within a Smartart graphic, you can always change its layout to better fit your content. Start by selecting the graphic you'd like to change. Then, in the Layouts group, click the More drop-down arrow and choose the one you want. You can also change the appearance and formatting of individual shapes and the text inside. Just select one or more shapes, switch to the Format tab, and take advantage of any of the options here. In this example, I'm just going to tweak the fill color for this shape. Smartart is a great way to incorporate more graphics into your document and communicate complicated ideas with simple illustrations. Add text at a specific location on the page, but your layout won't allow you. Putting the text inside a text box will give you the freedom to move it wherever you want. To create a text box, go to the Insert tab, then click Text Box. There are several built-in styles to choose from, but you could always go with a plain text box and add formatting yourself. To do this, click Draw Text Box, then click and drag roughly where you want your text box to go. And now you can type whatever you want. Whenever you create a text box, the Format tab will appear, which gives you various options to change the overall appearance of the text box, as well as the formatting for the text inside. You can use these options, along with the formatting options on the Home tab, to get the text to look exactly the way you want. In this example, I'm going to make several different changes. We'll start by clicking the edge of the text box to select it, then aligning the text to the middle. Next, we'll go to the Home tab and increase the font size to make it easier to read. You can also change the font itself if you want something other than the default. Finally, I'm going to align the text to the center of the text box to give it a nice, clean appearance. I'm also going to remove the paragraph spacing because that can have an effect on your vertical alignment. It helps to think of text boxes as just another type of shape in Word. That means you can easily give them a new look by changing the fill color, removing the outline, or adding an effect. Just go back to the Format tab, then look to all the options in the Shape Styles group. You can also change the shape of a text box using the Edit Shape command here. Let's try a circle instead of the default square. To resize a text box, click and drag the sizing handles on the sides or the corners of the shape. To move it, just place your cursor on the edge, then click and drag it wherever you want. Now that you know the basics of how they work, take some time to think about how text boxes might fit into your documents.
Text boxes and shapes are all considered objects in Word. Sometimes you need a little help arranging these objects to get your document to look the way you want. Take these 4 text boxes, for example. Right now, they're all placed kind of randomly on the page, but I'd rather have them lined up in a row. Of course, I could try to line them up manually, or I could get Word to do it for me. The first thing you'll need to do is select the objects you want to align. To select them all at once, just hold Shift on your keyboard while you click. Next, we can navigate to the Format tab and click the Align command. You'll have several different options to choose from, ranging from vertical to horizontal alignment. You can also choose whether to align the objects to the page, to the margin, or to each other, which is the default setting. This time, I'm going to go with Align Right, and now the objects are aligned to each other along the right edge. There's another thing I'd like to change that can be done just as easily. Notice how the shapes are lined up, but they're not quite evenly spaced? To fix that, go to the Align command again, then choose Distribute Vertically. Perfect. Now that I have these objects arranged the way I want, I'm going to group them so they always stay together. Just make sure you have each of your objects selected, then click the Group command and choose Group. Now we have a single grouped object that we can move or resize any way we want. See how it works? Let's take a look at a few more techniques. As you can see, I've already added the picture I want to use as part of my background. I've also changed the text wrapping setting to in front of text to make it easier to move the picture around the page. The problem is that it's overlapping the rest of the objects in the document, to the point where we can't even see them. This can happen anytime you have multiple objects, depending on the order they're in. To change the order of an object, make sure it's selected, then go to the Format tab. You have 2 commands to choose from, Bring Forward or Send Backward, depending on what you need. If I click Send Backward, the image moves back only 1 level, basically behind the business name. The text boxes on the right are still obscured. If we click the drop-down arrow instead, we can choose Send to Back, and that takes care of it. The last thing I'd like to do is rotate or flip the picture so it appears in reverse. To do this, click the Rotate command, then choose Flip Horizontal. Now we can see the bubbles that were hidden behind the text boxes on the right. At this point, everything is perfectly aligned and arranged in the right order, so I'm happy with my document. Practice using these tools on your own, and you'll be able to work with objects in all kinds of situations.
Thank you. Thanks for watching my videos. And if you will like this video, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Thank you.